All right, so today we are working on telling time to the nearest minute. Everyone on your desk, you have a clock that looks like this. When the clock has a face and hands, what do we say that clock is called? Stephanie? That is an analog clock. So on our clock, we have two different hands. We have this blue one that's longer and the red one that's shorter. Which hand is the hour hand? Yariel?
The short one?
The short hand is the hour hand. So on our clocks, that is the red hand. So which hand then is the minute hand? Angel?
The big one?
The longer one, the bigger one. On our clocks, it is blue. That is the minute hand. So we're working on looking at the hour hand and the minute hand to be able to determine what time the clock is showing us. So I'm actually going to use the one that's on the board so that you can see it better. So when I move the minute hand around the clock, you can see that the hour hand moves along with it. So every time it moves a minute, the hour hand is moving slowly around the clock. Now we know that we can skip count around the clock to count the minutes. When I go from the 12 to the 1, who can tell me how many minutes I've gone? Demir?
5.
5. And then when I go from the 1 to the 2, how many more minutes did I go? 9?
10.
I've gone 10 minutes. So every time I move past one of the numbers on the clock, I go 5 minutes. So we can skip count around the clock, starting at the 12 and all the way back to the 12. What number are we skip counting by when we are skip counting around the clock? Jessica?
5.
We're skip counting by 5s. So right now we're going to do that together. I'm going to move the minute hand while we're skip counting so that you can see how the hands move around the clock. So we're starting where it would be 0. And we're going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So when we go all the way around the clock, how many minutes did we count?
1.
Catherine? 60, exactly. We've gone 60 minutes around the clock, which means we've gone 1 hour because there are 60 minutes in an hour. So right now, I'm going to show you a time on the clock. Now you know how to tell time to the nearest 5 minutes. So when we're looking at this clock right now, we see that our hour hand is past the 2, but it didn't make it to the 3 yet, which means the hour is going to be 2. So now that I know the hour, I'm looking at my clock to determine what minute it's showing. So if I practice what we just did and skip count the numbers, I'm going to stop when I get down here to 7. So I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, which means this clock right now is showing me 2:35. So if I move my minute hands a little bit farther, so now I see that my minute hand isn't pointing exactly at one of the numbers on the clock. Does that mean it's not showing me a time?
No.
No. It's just not showing me a time that I can skip count by 5s and stop on. What it's showing me now is that I can skip count and then I have to count by 1s. So I'm going to skip count around my clock and stop at the 8 and then count by 1s. So now I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Now if I skip count 5 more, I'm going to pass what time it is, so I don't want to do that. So I stopped here at 40, and now each of these other little lines is showing me 1 minute. So I stopped at 40, and now I'm going to count by ones until I reach my minute hand. So I'm at 40, 41, 42, 43, which means this clock is showing me 2:43. Questions?
No.
Okay. I want you to take your clock that you have on your desk, and I want you to show me 6:30. Show me with your clock 6:30. Thumbs up when you have that time on your clock. Excellent. Thumbs down. So if you're showing 6:30 on your clock, we see that the hour hand is past the 6, but it did not reach the 7 yet. And our minute hand is pointing exactly to the 6. So when we skip count by 5s and we stop at the 6th, we're going to reach 30. So your clock right now is showing 6:30. I want you to move your minute hand 2 minutes forward. So everyone move their minute hand 2 minutes forward. We started at 6:30, and we went forward 2 more minutes. So if we skip count from 12, we're going to go around until we get to the 6, and we're going to stop. So we're starting 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And we stopped, because if we skip count 5 more, we're going to go past what time it is. So since we're now at 30, we're going to count by ones until we reach our minute hand. So we're at 30, 31, 32. So what time is our clock showing? Samuel?
6:32.
Excellent. It is showing 6:32. On your clock now, I would like for you to please show me what it would look like if it was 2:17. 2:17. Excellent job as I'm coming around and looking at your clocks. So you're showing me 2:17. Did the hour hand go past the 2?
Yes.
Yes. Did it make it to 3 yet?
No.
No. So when I make my clock show 2:17, like you just did, we see that the hour hand just went a little bit past the 2, but it didn't make it to the 3 yet. That means our hour is 2. Our minute hand made it to the 3, and then went 2 more minutes. Because when we're at the 3, we're showing 15 minutes. And then we had to count forward by ones, 2 more. So your clocks are showing 2:17. I'm going to move my clock hand all the way around. What time is my clock showing? What time is my clock showing? Isis?
8:23.
Okay, let's think for a minute. Did our hour hand make it to 8 yet?
No.
No. So then what hour does that mean we're in? 7. We're in 7. So now let's look at our minute hand. So we know our hour is 7. Let's skip count around the clock by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Why did we have to stop at 45? Angel?
Because if we skip counted one more time, we would pass the minute hand.
Exactly. We would pass what time it's actually showing. So we made it to 45. Now what do we need to do? Jessica?
Count the little dots and 1 minute.
Exactly. We're going to count now by 1 minute. So we're at 45, 46, 47, 48. So what time is this clock showing?
48.
Isis?
48.
7:48. Excellent. All right, let's try another one. What time is my clock showing? What time is my clock showing, Naeem? Okay, let's think about where our hour hand is. This is our hour hand. Did we make it to 11 yet?
No.
No. So what hour are we in?
10.
What hour are we in, Naeem?
10.
10, exactly. So this clock is showing 10 and how many minutes?
10. 20 minutes?
Okay, so we're here at 20. How many more minutes do we have to go?
2.
2 more minutes. So what time is it?
10:22.
10:22. Excellent. All right, I want you now on your clock to show me 3:47. 3:47. When I count to 3, show me your clock in the air. 1, 2, 3. All right, put your clocks down. I would like for you to turn and tell your partner or partners how you know you are showing 3:47 on your clock. How do you know you are showing 3:47 on your clock? Ready, set, go.
Because the minute hand is on 20 and the hour hand is on 8. Because the minute, the hour hand is here on the 3 and it's on the and I know that if you want and the minute hand will not pass the 9 and then go to 10.
conversations, from what I was hearing from all of the partner groups. And what I was hearing was that you were telling your partners that you know you're showing the correct time because the hour hand passed the 3 but didn't make it to the 4. And then I heard you explaining to your partners that you skip counted around the clock until you got to the 9, which shows you 45 minutes, and counted on 2 more minutes. And that is exactly the explanation that I was hoping to be hearing from you. What I would like for you to do, leave your clock on your desk and please take out your volume 2 math book and open to page 659.